So it's end of day Friday. The ceiling guys didn't get through as much as I thought they would, which is fine. Sparky's coming on Monday and they're coming back on Tuesday and Wednesday. All the framing is up. As you can see, I have a bulkhead just over there. We're not extending the tiles to that section there, so they stopped us here, flush with the wall. And so all of the grid system's in. Still got to be leveled a little bit on this side. As you can see, there are screw rods put in, although there's one missing at the moment because the emergency light is there, needs to come off. The battery backup light, the Sparky's doing that on Monday. The scissor lift is staying, so might get to play with that on the weekend. Well, I will actually, because silly me, when I spoke to the ceiling guys about putting acrylic tiles in here to let daylight through, is I should have asked for frosted ones. They're rather dirty, these ones already. I'm going to take those down and get some of that frosted window stuff from Bunnings, from the hardware store, that film, and I'll just put some film on it and then we can put them back up again. The main reason I want them frosted, apart from the fact that they're going to get really dirty, and you're going to see that really easily, is that I've also got this on the mezzanine here. I'm going to have two there, and then two here, and two here to let some natural light in, and you're going to be able to see the insulation through the clear tiles. It's going to look terrible, so I'll get some frosting on it, and I think that'll help. Similar to what's on this window down here, that type of frosting there. It'll just diffuse it a bit, but still let light through. So yeah, all these points are going to get done on Monday, and on Tuesday they've still got to come back and put a top coat on or plaster, and on Wednesday they'll sand it all back. They still have to finish off over here. You can see along the bottom there are screws, and then down the side here they've got to finish that off. Yeah, lots of tiles to go in, lots of insulation to go in. Now, light-wise, let me just turn these lights on and show you. The lights that were here already, and there was only two of them, are very different to the tricolour ones I want to put in. This might not show very well. Oh, look at that flicker. So they're the ones that were already in here. And then down the end here, I've put one of my tricolour lights in daylight mode. Doesn't flicker quite as bad, which is nice. So they're a different colour. Even though it's tricolour and I can try 3 different tones on it, none of them match that tone. And as you can see, these are really flickery, those old ones. So I've ordered 5 more of these ones. And so there'll be one there, there'll be one there. Obviously the one that's there will get replaced. And then I've got over here, one there on the outside of that, one there and one there. So I'll have 6 lights up top here, 2 rows of 3 or 3 rows of 2, depending on how I do it in terms of the light switch. So they've been ordered. They're hopefully will be to me on Monday or Tuesday, and I can put those in. The Sparky has to put extra power up there to plug those into. They just use a normal PowerPoint plug like this. So they just need to put those in the ceiling. But yeah, it's hopefully by end of this week. The air conditioning guys coming into this week, or hopefully into this week, next week I should say, to start working on the aircon. And I'm no longer putting an aircon up here, thankfully. That's a feature wall. I want that as a feature wall. I want that as my logo wall. And so we're now going to put the mezzanine air conditioner there, right here instead. Sorry, blur. And I think it's better for many reasons. Firstly, it's not going to blow directly on me at the other end because my desk is going to be at the other end. It's also going to mean that from the other end, the heating and cooling isn't going to just blow down the stairs. It's going to be blowing towards me from here. And so it'll be better up at this end where the main desk. I'm going to have desks all the way along here, and I'm going to have like workbenches through the middle here for projects. I think my couch is going to go over here. Haven't decided yet. The red couch is definitely coming. And then on this side, I'm not going to put any LED lighting. I'm going to just put the original lights, those hanging lights, back on. Again, they just plug in to a power point up there. They'll be put on back from the Sparky underneath the tiles when the tiles are on. Or maybe he'll just hang it on Monday in preparation. So yeah, it's all happening. Aircon on this side will be over here. On the seam, probably about there, maybe a metre above the window. And hopefully we're going to be able to get the drainage and everything else through that, the silicon gap there, and then the compressor will be outside. And if we're going to end up powering that stuff outside, I might still look at getting the compressor put outside instead of inside. We'll see, I don't know. Haven't decided. So that's it. Progress, finally, but still not fast enough. Never fast enough for my liking. Now I have to decide what I'm doing about the colour on the walls. I'm pretty sure that's going to be black or a very, very, very dark charcoal because, yeah, it's got a pop. And also potentially want to have my laser on that. And I can now, interestingly, maybe mount my laser up here, hanging down. I'll build a thing for it, and the projector can actually be going down, and I can have all the cabling in the roof. And that way the projector can be against the wall. Oh, it's going to be awesome. Anyway, we'll see. So that's going to be dark, super dark. And then I have to decide what I'm doing over here. I don't want to go white. I might do a two-tone, like a lightish grey, or maybe a slightly bluey grey. And then I want to do like something feature, like really bold. Maybe some orange, burnt orange or something. I might do diagonal all the way down, like that. Big diagonal line. I don't know. I have to play around with some ideas, but not time to paint yet. So that's it. That's the update. It's happening. Hopefully one more week, maybe 2 weeks, and I'll be moving in. And I'm very, very, very excited. This weekend, I need to build some walls. You can see those markers on the floor. So that is where I'm gonna have a wall just there, and my dirty tools are gonna be on that side. So laser, I've mentioned this before, laser, drill press, miter saws, hopefully eventually a CNC, decent sized CNC in there. And I'm gonna do a sliding wall. So it's gonna come out 2.4, like up there, and then inside the cavity will be a cavity, will be another sliding wall that comes out. So I can bring it out to about here to block this area off, and then I can slide it back when I need to, if I need to get access through here. It's gonna be really cool, hopefully. And then what I can do, depending on how tall I make it, the bulkhead, I've got it lined up under the bulkhead. I might stick some curtain railings or something along that, and I can hang some curtains or something to kind of block off this area to not let heat or cool escape through the door, especially if I open the door. I don't want all the shit to come in. So I've spent the morning trying to frost these acrylic plates. They're wet, they've got less coats than that one. It's a real nightmare to do. For some reason, whatever this type of acrylic is, it's just not frosting very well. Nowhere near as well as I would expect. And like these have all had 5 coats already. And they're still pretty transparent. So it must be something to do with the polycarbonate surface. And I ended up spraying, not putting tinting film on. I read the instructions for the tinting film, and it's not adhesive. So you need to clean the surface really well. You need to put this special liquid on it. You're supposed to soak the tint in the liquid, front and back, then put it on, then use a scraper to make it smooth, and then leave it in a perfectly dust-free place to dry. Well, look at my work area right now. There's this plaster and gunk all over the floor. It's the dirtiest it could possibly be right now. and there's just no way I can put film on these. So I'm trying spray paint, and I'm trying 2 different types of glass frosting, and it's just taking forever. Meanwhile, I'm chroming like I'm a 12-year-old. It's not pleasant. So lots of coats. I'm running out of paint. I'm on my 3rd can. It's rather expensive stuff. At this point, I don't know what I'm going to do to make them even more frostier. Obviously, they're sitting right on the floor right now, so, you know, in terms of transparency, it's not really diffusing it much. If I was to pick up one of these and, you know, look through it in the distance, you'll be able to see that it does obscure better. But I'm wanting to obscure the insulation. So the things that it's going to be obscuring, if you look up there, are going to be, so right there, that's where there's going to be 2 tiles. You know, if I look up, the things that I'm obscuring is sitting right on the edges of it. So I don't really know what I'm going to do other than wait 24 hours, buy some more spray and tint the other side. I shouldn't have to tint both sides, but I might have to. This is the same spray I used on all my acrylic pieces for my Whopper. But obviously the acrylic I was using for that is very different to this surface. Okay, so I've tinted them. They look pretty crap, but they look okay. They definitely look good enough once the rest of it's closed in. So they obscure pretty well. And then over here, I've got some in. These ones didn't turn out quite as well, I don't think. From an obtuse angle like this, they're okay. When you're looking from below, you can see through them a bit more. You can see fingerprints and other marks, but they're still transparent. They'll let a lot of light through. Won't know really until the rest of the ceiling's done next week. So stay tuned for that. And look at that. That's the place insulation goes to die. There's the all the offcuts. These ones here, the dark brown ones, all the offcuts from the walls. So another update next week once the rest of the ceiling is in, once the sparky's been, this is all done, and the ceiling is all finished, and we'll see how it looks. Catch you later.